online when this shit happened. I was online.
The Star.
Yeah, y'all already know. Seven the pan. That dude Biz on the beat. Yeah. We live in entertainment. Sound change. Crown the kings, homie. This is where it get ill. About to have the tip off live as a tip drill. From the court to the diamond, to the track, to the big skin, flying around the field, starting five forever, keeping it real. If it matters in the world of sports.
Oh.
Yo, I don't know what the fuck just happened, yo, but it is what it is. You know what happened? Oh, I seen you in the background, but at that, man, listen. All I was doing was I'm moving lights around and stuff, trying to get the lights situated and all that. And I think my finger grazed the enter button. But whatever, we still here. Shit happens. When y'all hear this on the audio version, I'll make sure the theme song is there in full. No problem. But we here, newest episode of Star 5. We late tonight, dark, dark, but the lighter of the darker skinned brothers is out. We can still see him. The dark ones. Yeah. I'm glad I had to put a light on me, and I still look ashy, even though that's hair growing in. But anyway, we here. Newest episode. Y'all know what to do. Hit that hooks box. You can't click the box, but make sure you read the box. Get 20% off your order using that code starting 5 Tyrone. You can fix it when you mirror your camera. Then you'll be pointing the right direction. But until then, I'm gonna go to the man pointing into the box.
You're on mute and you're using the wrong hand, bro.
No, for me, it's pointing to the right side. I guess I got my.
While TJ gives his intro, you go into settings and mirror your camera so you can point the right direction.
I'm going into settings right now.
What up, TJ?
What's up?
It says mirror my camera. It's clicked.
It's clicked.
Yeah, it's already clicked.
I think the baby in the back is like, yeah, right.
Mine better be quiet. She almost got her ass whooped earlier.
Well, so much for blessings and wellness to the little one. What up, Kurt? Anyway, he's stepping all over your intro, TJ. What up?
It's all good. It wouldn't be the first time, so I'm good. I'm good. Yo, this has been a good weekend. My daughter came home for the long weekend, so I got to see her. I'm really excited about that. Hung out with her yesterday and today. I'll be back out there in 3 weeks to go see her as part of my yearly trip to go see her. Yeah, Omega. Yeah. I used to work right next door to the Knicks management, but I'll explain that later.
We're gonna get there.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend was crazy. My Giants hung tough with Dallas. Dallas is going to be really ass this year against the top teams, it looks like, because they barely scraped past the Giants. And that's not, I wouldn't count that W too high on the rankings of W's. It's still a W. We're going to get into our New York City Knickerbockers for sure. We're going to talk about the firings at ESPN and the people who quit. And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I go on vacation early this week. I get to see some family in ATL. So I'm hyped, yo. I'm hyped about everything. So things are looking good. Pass it to my boy Ty, who thinks I think he's got his mirror situation under control. Don't stare too hard, Ty.
Listen, it said it's mirror. Hey, man, I'm doing something. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. It's saying it's mirror, but anyway, I have rough work week because I had to go on night shift. And I don't like night shift. And so
Don't you get that night differential and the extra pay?
Yeah,
like
I get the differential and the extra pay, man. But look, like I don't like so I get to see the kids go to school in the morning, but then when they get home from school, I'm leaving. And by the time I get home, everybody's in the bed. I don't like that. I lose a lot of time with my family being on night shift.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
So the night differential ain't worth the money, man. I like being home. I like being with people. So that's kind of taking me back a little bit. But other than that, I gotta say, y'all see what we doing out here in these streets. You know we ain't squeaking by nothing. We looking good. We's winning for real.
I swear.
Like
this mofo got a belt for every damn thing. You must have like 25 belts in your crib, dogs.
I'm just saying we can win the division right now. So yeah. I told y'all NFC East was up to grab. Y'all was all high on them Eagles. And now look at what's happening. Okay,
Rightfully so, though. I mean, we didn't expect this out of a rookie quarterback in their offense. Like, you don't know what you're getting with a rookie quarterback.
I'm just hoping that it's sustainable. I'm hoping that we finally can have a guy that maybe can stick around for 6 or 7 years, like be a franchise guy, not like a Kirk Cousins who was around and stuck around but let us down. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly, you need to be thanking your kicker right now. You better hope you can keep your kicker. No, your kicker, Washington's kicker.
Why?
Yeah, I don't think he's missed a field goal yet.
Doesn't matter when we scoring 42 points. We scored 42 points
today. I didn't even pay attention to that. Damn.
42. And Daniels only threw 1 touchdown. We had 2 running backs run touchdowns today. Man, look, I ain't worried about no kicker. I told you I don't give credit to kickers anyway.
They won you the game against the Giants.
He literally
won you the game against the Giants.
Make a 40-yard field goal, bro. I ain't celebrating them kickers, man.
Oh my God. We're not getting into this right now. We're not getting into this right now. You're wild. You're wild.
Today. They tried a 65-yard field goal today. And I said, why the fuck not? I mean, if he made it, it would have been awesome. If he missed it, nobody cared. So it was worth the shot. And look, he was on target. It just dropped right in front of the crosshair. The ball just dropped out.
Did KC lose today?
No, they won. They squeaked it out.
They always finding a way to win, man. That shit is annoying.
I know it
is annoying, bro. Yeah, man.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Buffalo and the Ravens to see what happens.
That's crazy. That is crazy. Who's on? You're both on mute.
I know. I'm saying Dan is muted. I wasn't the one. I thought he was talking. Oh, not just muted, just frozen, just out of it. Oh, he back.
Yeah, he back.
My connection being fucked up, like always. Unsmooth before we. You see, but I was saying I need King Henry to go crazy tonight. Fuck. What's the tight end from the Jets? And Travis Kelce decides to score big points. Yeah, put Conklin in because I thought they was going to do something against Denver, and Kelce scores mad freaking points. I'm gonna go to him while y'all talk because this shit is fucking acting stupid.
I'm surprised at these Jets, man. I don't know. I think it's time for your boy A-Ryan to go ahead and hang it up because he ain't that dude no more. Like you can't be Aaron Rodgers. You can't be saying you elite. You can't be saying that you this guy and that you need to still play football and your team is out here losing 10-9 to a bad football team. Like
I mean, the guy missed the extra point, bro.
10-9.
That's unacceptable.
No, Aaron Rodgers scoring 9 points and not being able to come up with a game winner at 10-9 is unacceptable. We talking about a guy here that's MVP this and Super Bowl winner that and he's going to play forever like Brady and he's supposed to be the savior of the team. 9 points ain't cut.
I mean, I don't know. I know he's looking old now. He's definitely looking old now.
Well, you know what's crazy? So I saw on First Take, Shannon Sharp said that the reason why Cincinnati lost last week is because Joe Burrow didn't play good enough. Joe Burrow threw for 3 touchdowns, 330 yards, no interceptions. And Shannon Sharp said that Joe Burrow didn't play good enough to win that game. So what are we going to say about Aaron Rodgers scoring 9 fucking points?
He didn't play good enough either. Obviously.
He
didn't play good enough.
Agree with that? You agree with that?
3
touchdowns,
no, I don't agree with him talking about Joe Burrow. You throw 3 touchdowns and over 300 yards. The fuck else you got to do? Kick it off and run it back yourself?
And they scored,
I don't know.
33 points.
Yeah, no, that's the defense's fault. It's not Joe Burrow's fault. When do you blame the defense for this? When does the defense get the blame?
Shannon Sharp said Joe Burrow didn't play good enough, and it was his fault. And I was just like, that's ridiculous. I know I'm quarterback heavy, but that's ridiculous hate right there, bro.
And you see why I always talk about how you can't always just talk quarterbacks. Though people, when a team wins, you just talk quarterback. But when a team loses, it's either the quarterback or not casting blame elsewhere. When again, and Shannon knows it's a team fucking game. It's more than just a Joe Burrow. It's more than just, like I said last week about Dak when they lost 370-some yards passing. Garbage time stats. Did he not do enough? No, the whole fucking team doesn't do enough for any loss. The whole team, unless a certain player is making specific mistakes that causes that is a detriment or becomes a detriment to a team. It's a team. A team win. It's a team loss. I'm sorry. I never always put the onus on one person because one person don't stop the show.
No. And you're right. So if the defense is getting ran on for almost 250, 60 yards, then that's a defensive problem. The quarterback has no control of that. He's not even on the field. He can't get on the field because the defense can't get off the field. So now he's got to work twice as hard for the people that keep fucking up when he's not on the field. And that puts more pressure on him, more pressure on the offense, more pressure on the wide receivers. They got to get open now. The defense is ramped up because they're not getting run over like the Dallas defense is. They coming out there hype. So now there's even more angst and pressure to do something and perform. And if you can't match that energy, which of football is a lot of momentum and energy, if you can't match that, you're gonna get crushed. You're gonna get crushed. No other way to say it than that. What up, JG?
Oh, what's up, family? How y'all doing?
Good, man. It's 4 bottles of sorrel. You on mute, Dan? You muted, Dan.
I said former bottle of sorrel salesman. I said your man's went for the tongue twister tonight. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Wow. That's wild.
But what up, Jamal? We dove into football, but you've been on excursion for a little bit. Everything good?
Yeah, man. Had lost a couple of family members over the last 2 weeks, so just covering up. It's all good, this cycle of life, family.
Man.
No, I appreciate it.
Condolences,
we're getting on. Yeah. But that's what y'all jumped on. You got my shitty Giants first?
No, not really. Tyrone was bragging about his team, and then we just started randomly talking about football.
Oh, Tyrone, yeah, the former racial slur is about to win the NFC East. I gotta give him his props. The racial slurs look like they're the only ones that want to play football.
Yeah, well,
man, their name is the Commanders now. Okay, we fixed that. We don't need to go back to it.
But yeah, man, and then it's crazy. They're about
to do it with a black quarterback too.
They did.
The irony of it all.
I mean, with this team, remember that same flash in the pan y'all had when RG3 was there, and everything felt hot. Everything felt amazing for one playoff win. Yeah. I think it was one playoff win.
Yeah.
And then everything went to shit. I mean, y'all can have the moment. I ain't hating. Have your moment. My team looks like ass right now too.
Everything went to shit because RG3 wanted to make money and they didn't do the right thing. And that's why I went to shit.
He also couldn't stay healthy either.
He was the one. RG3 was the one who was out there. It wasn't the coach. Shanahan didn't want to play him. Shanahan didn't want to play him. Snyder made him play RG3, and RG3 was part of it because he did that whole Adidas campaign, all in for week one, all in for week one. He ran that campaign. He signed up for that. So he had to play week one because he ran that Adidas campaign. And Snyder wanted him to play. Shanahan is adamant that he did not want that kid to play.
No, all he had to do was embrace the play he had, man. Just embrace him.
Was he right, though?
And make him better. We don't know. He didn't embrace him, so he never had a shot.
But he was injured often.
He was, yeah, and that's true.
Because it's funny enough, like Facebook memories, a lot of them crutches memes and like walking splints was coming back about RG3.
I actually went to that draft. I actually attended that NFL draft. The draft he got, him and Luck got drafted in the same year. Me and my brother went to that. That was kind of dope.
He didn't help himself neither. He did a lot of unnecessary running. He wouldn't slide. He did things. He didn't try to help himself neither. He didn't slide. He did a lot of running when he didn't have to run. He was a first read takeoff quarterback. He never got to a second read. He did a lot of stuff to help himself damage him by his body. You know what I mean?
You think he was trying to emulate Michael Vick? You think he was trying to emulate Michael Vick?
He was doing what he did in college.
That's coaching, man.
Who wants to emulate a bum? Nobody wants to emulate a bum like Vic.
That is
really,
rugged. Nigga. That is rugged.
Really?
Oof.
Really?
Hey, yo, man.
But we had, I mean, man, football is whatever right now. We had other questions. I want, Tyrone has a question of the week, but I had something, but we strayed way away from it already, TJ, from your intro, because you mentioned going to Atlanta. It was just a thought. A3C is done, right? Like, that's no more, right?
Yeah, man. They had one last year, and it was just conferences. It's straight ass. Okay. It's done. I'm just going down to see family, my sister and my cousin Bryant down there. But, like, yeah, man, that was a great thing while I was here. I mean, I met a lot of great artists. I saw a lot of great artists. They would walk around all downtown Atlanta. You could bump into them, shake hands, take pictures, whatever. I had like a full hour and a half conversation with Ross Koss at a bar. Met Prince Poe from him and Pharaoh Monch's group. Met a lot of
Organized
Confusion, yeah.
Which we've hung out with Prince Poe, like Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival.
Yeah, so that's where I learned how dope Planet Asia was. Like, he was doing the smaller venues out there, and I was like, yo, this dude is mad nice. Then I just went down in the rabbit hole of his catalog, and that dude's catalog is deep. Deep.
You were a little behind then, I guess, but it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's okay.
Yeah, no, but it was a great event. Usually nothing really popped off out there. I saw mad shows. I saw Griselda open up for Wu-Tang. I don't know how many people are going to be able to say they witnessed something like that, but the whole Griselda squad opened up for Wu-Tang for the 25th anniversary of Into the 36 Chambers. So that show was phenomenal, amazing. Because after they ran out of the songs, they just speared off into their own separate joints. We was out there for like 2.5, 3 hours just on the Wu-Tang shit. So that was one of the best shows I've been. I seen Nas down there. I seen De La Soul down there. I seen so many acts and artists, man. It was just dope. But A3C is officially a wrap. They need to come back with something else.
Man, listen. that's another conversation for another day about shit coming back. But yeah, the next thing I wanted to go to before we get into the meat pause of everything that we need to be talking about. We're not going into detail because I meant to tell y'all to watch this shit before this weekend, but Jamal and Tyrone, I know y'all watched it because Jamal, you texted me yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The Mr. McMahon documentary.
No, I want to watch that shit.
When that's why I said
I do want to watch it.
Yeah.
We're not going into detail. Just take a quick minute and just describe what your thoughts were of it, Jamal, and then Tyrone.
Yo, that shit was extremely thorough. I'm actually in the middle of the 5th episode. I didn't finish.
And Vince McMahon bought your signal because you froze. You didn't want him to talk.
Could be. It's still frozen. Are we good?
You're good.
Okay. Yeah. Yo, Vince McMahon is just a fucking salesman. He's just a fucking salesman. That's the best way I can put it. And when I say he's a salesman in every part of his life, every microsecond of his life. He's always selling something. And I can't explain further without giving it away. That's the best I can say about it. But it's dope.
So I just want to ask
a
quick question. So he is crazy as they say he is with all that drama shit that he was proposing with his son and his son's wife.
He's not
and all
crazy.
That shit,
he's just a salesman. He'll do whatever for a dollar. He's a salesman. He's a salesman in every waking microsecond of his life. If it makes $1, it's fair game.
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, it was like it was kind of good and kind of bad. Because for me, it was bad because for a person like me, it's like I know these stories. I've seen this. I've heard this. I know all the stories. I know about the Montreal Screwdriver. You know what I mean? I'm a wrestling fan. I've been in it. I lived through it. So it was kind of like repetitive to me. But the way they delved into Vince McMahon was different than they ever done. This man actually is sitting down. This man is actually talking. This man is actually giving interviews. And it's like, I'm surprised at how cohesive he was. Like, he remembers stuff. He knows about certain things. And the thing is this, he has no remorse. His whole mindset is, like Jamal said, if it made me money, if it was best for business, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing it. And he stands on that. No matter what. Fuck your kids, fuck your wife, fuck everything. He stands on business. And they just kept saying, the love of Vince McMahon's life is the wrestling business. And it's not even wrestling. It's anything. Vince McMahon was doing bodybuilding and trying all kinds of shit to make money. And if it didn't work right away like he wanted it to, it was done. He was like, fuck that. On to the next one. Like, he is straight about making money, straight about making dollars, and it's at the cost of anything and anybody.
No morals. No morals then. No morals at all.
No, his morality is money, man. That's if they don't, yeah.
Yeah. Y'all right. And I was gonna just say little to no morals.
Yeah.
The one moral, if anything that you get out of this that you could say he has, is how guarded he is about himself.
Yeah, and that's the one thing I don't want to give away. And it's like, even the shit we knew about him and everything that he went through, we thought we knew about it.
No. For me, like Tyrone said, being a fan and being alive as long as we have been, we know, and we were there for every single bit of this, with the exception of the transition from his father to him. I was too young and wasn't into wrestling at that time. But doing the knowledge and the history on the sport and that company itself, I knew the stories already.
And that's what I'm talking about. We know the story. It's how he speaks on the stories now as opposed to what. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm not giving nothing else away, man.
Because it's we know the stories, and we've heard Bret Hart talk, we've heard the wrestlers talk, we've heard this perspective, that perspective. But when you listen to Vince McMahon now, the perspective of the stories has changed. Like the way he's talking about it now, the perspective kind of is a lot different than what we was thinking before. Like even with some of the shit that he was doing with some of these women, my perspective was that he was just trying to stay with the times and trying to sell to the different agenda, to the different demographics, trying to get the 18-year-olds in there. Can you stop trying to get the 18-year-olds and stuff in it? And the way Vince was talking, he was basically like, I don't give a fuck about them women. If I gotta show tits to make money, I'm showing tits. Like if you don't want to do it, I'll get another broad. Like it's terrible, but he's true to himself. And like Triple H said, the whole thing Triple H said, Vince is going to let you see only what Vince wants you to see and know about him. That's all you want to get.
And to continue, because that kind of goes back to where I was getting at. And again, I'm not giving away too much when I say how guarded he is because of that statement right there, TJ. Vince is only, and in the meeting, in the interviews, Vince only told what he wanted you to hear. But to me, the thing was, he stood on it. Like, yeah, I did this shit. Which, when you know about the scandals of today, it's like what like that meme that said, when that nigga say he did that shit, he did that shit. Or when they say he did,
so let me ask you this.
Shit. So like everything, hold on. And so everything. And I mean, God damn, this whole car is dragging like his whole bottom. But anyway, like when I mean he did, like, almost everything that has come out, it really feels like he did all that shit. But like Tyrone said, like Jamal said, like the man is about his bottom line, even to the detriment of his own family. But the only thing that really struck me within all of this, because like I said, from every episode, like I'm waiting to hear a piece of something that I might not have heard. No, every story has been told and has been played out outside of the ring already. The good thing that you'll get from this, TJ, is you get to see the faces of the players behind many of these stories that are still alive today.
Okay.
No,
that's one of the really good things.
You know what I really enjoyed? When you say faces of the people that was involved and stuff, you know what I really enjoyed? Tony Atlas. I met Tony Atlas a few months ago at the because they had a battleground events out in at 2300 Arena, and he does a lot of those still events. He still wrestles in some of those. So I met him. I was talking to him in person, and he's very articulate. He's a real cool guy in person. But I never thought WWE have never let him really talk, never let him shine the light on himself or nothing. And now to have him in this and have him be articulate and have him tell stuff that he knows about and tell the stories the way he was, I was like, okay, Tony, that was kind of decent to me.
AKA
Tony been a good interview. Yeah. See, he touched my pecker. Tony been a good interview for years, though, man. I mean, like, he really was open in Dark Side of the Ring with the Bruiser Brody episode. You know what I mean? Tony been out there just saying his stuff.
Just to build on what you're saying right now, though, Jamal, go on YouTube and watch either his shoot interviews or there was a guy from Massachusetts that he was kind of doing like a video podcast with.
Okay.
And he's been on all of these stories.
He's a good thing, man. He's been out front.
My point
is, you had a question you was trying to throw before.
Yeah, so real quick. Vince McMahon sat down and voluntarily said this, or did Netflix cut him like a mega check? Because you saying he's all about the dollar.
They started the interview. He was down with the documentary from the beginning. The only other detail I'll try to give now is you're gonna see what they'll give. They'll cut to the black and give. You know how documentaries they'll give things in text on screen, right?
Yeah.
So they stated that these interviews were from 2021 and were prior to all the recent scandals coming out.
Oh, okay.
So
okay, because
you're
that's
not going to
wild
get
to
him
me.
talking about the scandals, but you're going to get people discussing, like, yeah. Again, I'll be giving details, but
I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it.
Just watch it. It's 6 hour-long episodes. Where again, a person like you that might not have been invested in all these stories, you're gonna be like, yo, like, oh shit,
because I'm a fan of the early wrestling, the WWF days. You know what I'm saying?
When they were wrestling,
right? And when they transitioned to WWE, I hung around for a few years after that because it was still good. Then it got like super commercial, and it just turned me off at that point because it was just like too. I don't know if it was too scripted, it was too acted out. It just turned me off at that point, and I got no interest in it. And then they came out with all these different leagues at the same time. I was like, this is too much. I can't keep up with this shit. So that's when they lost me. But yeah, I'm very interested in watching it. So now I got something to watch on my flight on Wednesday when I go on vacation.
Started and finish it on your flight by Wednesday. But like, I will say, shouts out to the homie from TikTok, Will Gray. His analogy towards WWE perspective, WWE compared to other companies. I don't want to specifically talk AEW, but the analogy is something that I've said, but he put it out perfectly. If you want to watch wrestling and you want wrestling, you're going to watch the other companies. If you want to watch a good TV show, this is why when you said commercial, if you want to watch a good TV show, that's when you watch WWE. You're gonna get a good TV show because it's story based with the wrestling as the ice cream sprinkles or the cake topper is like how I always put it. But this here, like you'll see, it's a roller coaster of how he got it, how he made it boom to where it is today, how he gobbled up, pause, no diddy, all of his competition, how it took the downturn. And it was like, who's next? And Vince's genius just didn't kick in right away.
I give up one thing that he said in the interview that was so crazy to me, and this will sum up how crazy this man is. He said he didn't like Ted Turner because Ted Turner stole all of his top talent and was stealing his talent and taking his talent over to his company to build his company. And the interviewer said, ain't that what you did with the territories? And Vince said, I don't see it that way. I don't see it like that, or whatever, right? And the guy said, but that's exactly what you did. And Vince turned around and said, listen, what I say out my mouth is not what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
And that exactly, Ty. That is the basis of the whole series. When I say, even though we know what happened, how he speaks on what happened is different in this. That's exactly what that shit is, man. My man would not be corny, bro. He would not let you pin him down.
That was Rick James in the Chappelle Show skit. You try to say I didn't put my feet on his couch? Hell yeah, I put my feet on his couch. But nah, son. But yo, it's worth watching. Please watch it all, and then next week we'll deep dive into it. But like the last thing that I will kind of give up, which we're the Montreal screw job, that just further clarified that Brett wasn't in my opinion, Brett wasn't wrong. Because
I don't think anybody
No, because people believe Brett screwed Brett when Vince said it. And yes, you could say Brett should have dropped the title, but Vince always had a thing for you ain't winning in your hometown. He's always did that dirty shit. He's always done that dirty shit. And what Brett, and again, he said 14 years in the company and you can't give me this one thing. Like, give me the moment in my hometown. He was going to show up the next day and then drop the title.
Hey, you know what I did learn something about the Montreal Screwjob that I didn't know before. I never saw this before. I don't know, Dan, if you ever seen this before, but Brett's wife was getting busy backstage. I never saw that before. I never knew she was back there until that interview when they showed her. And she was
going off on Vince?
he was going off on Vince. He yelled at Shawn.
I saw that. I've seen that.
Yeah,
that video's been out there.
Yeah.
That video's been out there.
Yeah, I ain't never seen that before. I was like, whoa, that's his wife get ready to get active back there. She wasn't fucking around.
Vince was like, nah, ninja.
She had his back.
Nah, for real. But you know.
You want your wife to have your back like that, right?
Oh, but I just didn't. I don't remember. I guess it was so long ago. Maybe I forgot, but I didn't recollect that. So I saw that shit again. I'm like, oh, his wife. Just like this baby getting busy in here. Can you please?
My bad, yo. Shouts out to JP who just was calling mid-show. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good. You good. You good. Right. You good.
Cool. But yeah, man. So like I said, TJ, yo, finish that shit. It's actually not a quick watch.
No, I know that. It's an hour-long show, so
but sometimes hour-long joints are fly. Right. This shit is so detailed and so layered. It's gonna make you say, like, for me, the video, this documentary reminded me. It made me say, you know what? Fuck you, John Stossel. Like it made me say, fuck you, John Stossel. And then, but then the other guy, I forgot his name, the guy from the New York Post. I was like, nah, you know what? You were on to something. You were on to something in the time. Yeah. It's gonna make you say, hold up, Terry Bollea, all you did was run with black dudes. Now you kicking black women out your promotions?
Yeah.
You know, but we've always kind of felt this. But then also too, this is one of those stories that was around when we were younger. No wonder why you run with Trump, Terry, with your union busting ass.
Yep.
If you forgot that story, you'll get it when you watch the documentary.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, fuck Terry Bollea still to this day. Fuck John Stossel. Rest in peace to everybody on there. It was dope to see Wendy Richter still alive.
Yeah, that was impressive.
And that was
still
good
with
too.
Us. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So let's get to the real shit. Tyrone, we talking basketball tonight because of what's up, Lil One? We see. Shout out to Lil One making an appearance. I want to show you this cat, but this cat's too scared. We're talking about little ones. But yeah, man, we talking basketball because our Knicks, not Tyrone's Knicks, but our Knicks did some bombshell shit. But Tyrone had a question that I had, I think we've talked about this in multiple ways, but give the question, Tyrone.
Well, so we was always under the premise, and everybody that talks about Jordan is under the premise that Jordan was Superman and Jordan was this and that. And I know what Jordan was. I agree that Jordan's the greatest player of all time. I'll put him number one on my list. Kobe's 1B. But I was just remembering, I was just talking to somebody, and they was like, yeah, the Bulls wasn't nothing without Jordan. And I'm like, wait a minute. That first year Jordan retired, Scottie Pippen was like runner up for MVP. And those same Bulls won 55 games. And we can't even count the playoffs because Michael Jordan was back for those playoffs when they lost to Orlando. So Michael Jordan was playing then. So for the regular season, those Bulls won 55 games, was the top seed in the East. And that doesn't taint Jordan's legacy. Because I hear everybody talk about how good the teams were. When they try to taint LeBron, they talk about how good his teams were. When they try to taint Kobe, they talk about Kobe had Shaq, Kobe had this, Kobe had that. But now, the same Bulls team, without Michael Jordan, still won 55 games. And that doesn't taint his legacy at all?
Because, I don't think so.
Because it's only because it's Michael Jordan. And you know the super stands, he's never done no wrong. But when you give the logical and truthful answer that Michael Jordan would not have went 6 for 6 without Scottie Pippen.
Yep.
How many years was Jordan in the league before Scottie Pippen got there? That's one, right? So you got to say Jordan took him under the wing and groomed him to be his Robin, right? Right? He had to be like, yo, I need you to do this. You're You're long. You can play defense. You're a two-way player. And I'm gonna make you the best two-way player it is because I'm gonna take the offensive load off of you on some nights when I just need you to lock somebody down. So
but you don't need to say that. Some people just find their role and get in the groove. You don't. I don't think he took him in like, come here, little nigga. Like, this is what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. But I'm saying, like, would Scottie Pippen be as big if he was on another team by himself and he was the head of another team? Would he lead another team to 45, 50 wins a season? Would he be that defensive star?
He did.
After Jordan, though. After Jordan had left. I'm saying if he came out of college.
So Mike,
that's all I'm asking.
I didn't mean they was the number one seed. I just meant like they won 55 wins and they was like at the top of the East at the time. He was like the third seed.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But here's the thing though. So you saying even if Jordan did make Pippen, that doesn't negate my point. Okay, Jordan made Pippen this great player. Jordan groomed him. Jordan made Pippen groomed to be his number 2 or whatever. But the fact of the matter is that Jordan still had a team. Like it wasn't all Jordan. Like they make it seem like Jordan won and Jordan, it was all Jordan.
No, it wasn't. It was Jordan and a roller specialist.
Okay, but
what I'm saying
to you is how good was that bull? How good? It doesn't taint how good Michael Jordan was when you could take the same team, take Jordan off of it, and still win 55 games, still go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that So without Jordan, that team could have won the championship. Without Mike, and nobody talks
right. But
about
then
it.
What happened when Pippen went to Portland? You know what I'm saying? And they had a bomb squad in Portland. They had a monster squad in Portland when Pippen was there. How come the results weren't the same?
We talk
because of the Lakers and
results weren't the same when Jordan went to the Wizards.
Yeah.
How come the results weren't the same when Jordan didn't have Pippen?
They needed each other,
right.
Man. They needed each
exactly.
other. Jordan,
that's
Jordan accomplished nothing without Pippen.
Well,
I mean, besides the personal stats, he did. But he didn't win. He didn't build his legacy until Pippen got there. Pippen was an extremely capable player. He took that team to the Eastern Conference Finals the next year and damn near knocked off the Knicks. You know, without Jordan, and those Blazers teams was nice. They just couldn't. They got up in Shaq and Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But here's the other thing too, right? We talk shit. We talk a lot of shit about KD. I'm one of those people. I talk mad shit about KD going to the Warriors. I talk mad shit about LeBron linking up with Dwayne Wade. I talk mad shit. But nobody talks shit about the fact that Jordan took a team that won 55 games and added Kukoc and Rodman into that team. And nobody talks about that neither. Everybody acts like, oh, they three-peated the second three-peat. He added to a 55-win team.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
But here's the thing. You keep saying nobody talk. No, we've been talking about this shit forever. Jordan super stands don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it because it's and again, this ain't revisionist history. This is what the fuck happened for real. We were alive in real time. Michael Jordan told his organization, we're not going to do this again if you don't get us somebody like a Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit, it happened. The problem is you can't take the horse blinders off of super stands. You can't.
This is true.
I mean, I didn't meet you guys, you know, in that time, you know? Okay, I wasn't talking to objectionable, smart, intelligent men in my life. I was talking to the Jordan stands and a bunch of numbskulls and nitwits. And so I'm saying, for me, I've never experienced these type conversations about Michael Jordan, and I just happened to see something about the Bulls winning 55 games, and I'm like, wait a minute, that didn't taint Mike, and that's why I asked y'all, like, that didn't taint Mike at all. And that's why I came to y'all, because the people that I was talking to in my previous life before I became a Starting Five member had no answers for this question.
Oh, well.
Even your little one is grabbing your shirt like, Daddy, listen to them. They trying to tell you. Like, they trying to tell you, Daddy. But yo, we've been like, it's not crazy because we've been had these conversations. I mean, for as long as this podcast has been on, we've been had these conversations. And that's why I always say, like, if you think Jordan is your GOAT, that is okay. But as soon as we throw the name Scottie Pippen out there, niggas get bent out of shape. Like it's not true. It's true. Jordan wouldn't have been without Scottie Pippen and Horace Grant doing what he was doing back then, and Steve Kerr and Paxton doing what they were doing.
Craig Hodges,
Jordan wouldn't have the same amount of rings if he didn't beg the organization, not beg, but damn near demand to the organization, you go get me Dennis Rodman.
And here's the thing for me, right? The thing for me is you don't even have to act like that if Jordan is your GOAT. Jordan is my GOAT. I think Jordan is the greatest player of all time. I do. I put him number one on my list, right? I put Kobe on my list too, right? Jordan having Pippen doesn't taint Jordan for me. I don't care. Kobe has Shaq. That doesn't taint it for me. So you don't have to put Pippen down or even say, you don't have to bring Pippen up to say Jordan is your GOAT. That's my problem. It's like it doesn't taint it for me. Yeah, Jordan had Pippen. Yeah, Jordan had a power squad. As far as me watching Michael Jordan play, he still scared me. This is why Jordan is my GOAT, because he scared me.
TJ, you want to know what he did? You know what he did though within this conversation, right? Think of like the last 4 to 10 episodes we've done and how he's kind of discredited team game, like when we talked quarterback in the beginning, but then said when Jamal, I saw that show. When you talk about Michael Jordan, how come nobody's talking about the team game?
What say you, Ty?
I'm not shooting hard shots, Paul, but it's the truth. Tyrone just brought up, this is a team game. How come nobody ain't talk? What does what Pippen did?
Tyrone just said fuck kickers, and that was the guy who won in the game 2 weeks ago.
Listen,
he just said fuck kickers, bro.
No, because I'm tired of that whole narrative that these kickers. Listen, man, if you make a 35,
Adam Vinatieri won 3 Super Bowls for Tom Brady.
Period. Oh, field goals. That's what I'm saying. If you are TJ,
Tom Brady didn't win it. Adam Vinatieri won it.
If you were the professional kicker in the NFL, right? If you said that was your job, and you was a professional kicker in the NFL, and you got to win a Super Bowl, and you got a 35-yard kick to do it, you better make that shit. That ain't nothing special. That's something you're supposed to do. Any kicker in the NFL, it didn't have to be Vinatieri. It could have been Joe Schmo, third ring blow. It could have been anybody. If I was a kicker in the NFL,
he wouldn't have played for New England if he was Joe Schmo Blow. That's the fucking problem, bro. He wouldn't have been just anybody.
Now listen, if you need a 55-yard field goal to win a regular season game to win the division in December, that's cool. If you need a 35-yard field goal to win the Super Bowl, you can throw anybody out there to do it. Tom Brady probably could have kicked that field goal. All right? What are you talking?
You're bugging. You're bugging. You know, the kicker is like the closer in Major League Baseball. He closes the show. That's it. He shuts it down. They're not scoring after I get off the field. This is it. I come in to shut it down. There's no more talk after this. We win the game. Mariano Rivera, when he entered the game, teams knew the game was over. Period. But even if they had one run, you were not getting another run. You were not getting a man past second base. And you were not getting past second base.
And to Curtis's comment, some kickers give up the game-winning home run. Like some closers give up the game-winning home run.
Wide right.
He should have made those. He should have made those. Wide right. So here's the thing, right?
That was regular Joe Schmo. That was the regular Joe Schmo you talking about.
Nah, you're a kicker,
The Bills went to 4 Super Bowls back to back to back. Lost all them shits. Who you think got him there? Jim Kelly by himself? No, the kicker got him there too, dogs.
Listen, if the game is on the line and the quarterback gives the kicker a chance to win the Super Bowl with a 40-yard kick as opposed to a 56-yard field goal, if the quarterback put that
Why didn't the quarterback win the game? Why didn't the quarterback win the game? Why didn't he win the game? Why didn't he go down and
he had confidence in his kicker? If Tom Brady needed a touchdown, he would have got a touchdown. He didn't. He needed
no, he wouldn't have. No, he wouldn't have.
How you know that?
He wouldn't have. If he needed the touchdown in all three of those Super Bowls that Vinatieri kicked the ball. He didn't want to kick a field goal. He wanted to win by a touchdown. He wanted to win it himself. You don't think any quarterback wants to throw the game-winning touchdown in a fucking Super Bowl? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, Dodge? You are making no sense.
I only need to get my man. I only need to get my man within 40 yards of this field goal.
Who plays to get the field goal kicker into
Tom Brady because he's smart?
No. He played to win the game, bro. If the guy was streaking downfield and Tom Brady could get him the ball for a touchdown, he would have threw that shit. The defense said, we're not giving up a touchdown. We'll live and die with the results of the field goal kicker.
Oh, man.
We'll live and die with the results of the field goal kicker.
So, Jamal, the kicker, the Bills kicker was Scott Norwood, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Like, so Scott Norwood, Tyrone's Joe Schmo, to win a Super Bowl, didn't.
Yeah, right.
Didn't.
He was supposed to.
But you said it should be automatic.
It should be 100%.
Yeah, no, nigga, no.
No. That's on him. He's supposed to make that like a motherfucker. That's why he got fired. That's why he got fired. He lost his job. Y'all remember that too. Norwood wasn't in all four of those Super Bowls. Okay?
No,
he wasn't. Got fired.
Yeah, well.
But anyway, he talked about a team game. Talking about every aspect of a team adds to the success. You said that without saying that.
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that a team won 55 games without the superstars. And so for y'all people, that doesn't taint the superstar. Not for me. I'm talking about, I'm asking the question out there.
It doesn't taint the superstar.
That taint the superstar or not.
But it doesn't taint the superstar because it's a team game. That's why I said you said it without saying it, because it's a team game.
And the superstar wasn't there for 55 games. So how does it taint the superstar if he was never there? The superstar lived his life.
Listen, the greatest season that I think Peyton Manning ever had, the season that I thought Peyton Manning should have won the MVP was the season that he did not play when he was injured. Okay, because his team was 14-2. They went from 14-2 with him to 2-14 without him. That just showed you that Peyton Manning was superest of superstars. When your same team goes from 14-2 to 2-14 without you, you are the superest of superstars. And that's my point. The team that lost Michael Jordan didn't tank. They actually played just as good without him as they played with him. That's my point.
They lost because they didn't have a serviceable quarterback to win games for them. That's why they lost. If they poached another quarterback from another team that was good, maybe not as good as Peyton Manning, but really good, then they wouldn't have went 2-14.
Oh, no one was good. No one's as good as Peyton Manning. So that's my GOAT of football, Peyton Manning, right there. My number one guy. Tom is terrific, but he's not Peyton Manning, not to me.
I was saying that to somebody the other day, actually. I referenced you and like how we've had these conversations where it's like, if we were to take all their championships and all that shit out of this, right? Like, who would we, but we've seen how they play, but take the championships out of it. Like, who would you still take at number one for a quarterback? And I agreed. Like, I personally still see nobody play the position at quarterback as smart as Peyton Manning.
Nope.
But again, he didn't win as much because it's a team fucking game.
This goes to Tom Glavine. You ever watched any of these clips with Tom Glavine, how cerebral he was pitching and how nasty he was? This man should have won multiple. This man should have won multiple World Series. Multiple World Series. Got one. And it wasn't because it was his fault. All right? Dude was a professor on the mound. Professor on the mound. He was thinking 3-4 levels above where anybody else was thinking. The managers didn't know how to deal with him. His catcher couldn't understand how he was thinking. It was crazy.
But hold on, because Greg Maddux was actually nastier than him.
Yeah, he was.
Greg Maddox's stuff was nastier than his.
Yeah, Greg Maddux didn't have the physical tools those other pitchers had. You know what I mean? And Greg Maddux do some nasty stuff. But I think the reason Tom Glavine ain't have no more chips is because the Yankees. He came in the wrong time. Came around the wrong time, man.
Come on here, all right? I'm not debating that, and I'm not agreeing with it. Okay, Peyton Manning, and it's been clear that Peyton Manning did not play well enough in the playoffs to win more Super Bowls. That's just it. He's still my GOAT, but Peyton Manning did not play Peyton Manning football in the playoffs, and that's why the Colts didn't win more Super Bowls, because Peyton Manning stunk it up a couple of times.
Because why? Because he played in what era? The era of the Patriots.
Listen.
Same thing. Patrick Ewing played in the era of the Chicago Bulls. And Charles Barkley played in the era of the Chicago Bulls.
And Patrick Ewing also missed the layup.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, but that wasn't going to guarantee him a chip because that wasn't even a game. That wasn't the finals. That was a game to get to the finals.
Yeah, and he had his
still
finals.
Don't know what happened.
Did he not have his finals chance?
Yeah, he did.
Didn't he? And the Bulls didn't have nothing to do with that.
Well, no.
Listen,
team game. Go ahead, Jamal. My bad.
No, I was saying, you know, when Jordan took his little mini retirement, who won? Hakeem.
Yeah, not
what was Hakeem? What was Hakeem's Rockets record against the Chicago Bulls? I don't even know what would have happened there.
Yo, who did the fucking Rockets have to go get to get there? When we had fucking John Stark stinking up the joint, fucking Charles Smith stinking up the fucking joint several years. Our Knicks right now, we're there. No more revisionist shit. We're there now.
No,
we're there now.
I heard y'all say the Knicks couldn't win because of the Bulls, but the Knicks had a shot, and it wasn't the Bulls that beat them. So.
No, it was the second best team.
But see, no. You're listen, Tyrone. Jamal said Hakeem, but then I asked the question: who did he have to have the Rockets get?
But to
help him get that.
Only the second one. The first one they had, he got it. He got the two.
Didn't Shaq and Penny take him out too? Yeah, I think Shaq and Penny took him out too. Michael Jordan was
took who out?
And then
took the Knicks out.
Yeah.
No.
Orlando went to the finals too.
No. They beat Chicago. They beat Chicago.
Yeah, they beat Chicago. Where was the Knicks at? The Knicks had.
I gotta see what year.
Jordan.
I gotta see what year that is. I gotta see what year that is.
That's the year the Rockets won the second one when they whipped the shit out of Penny and the Rockets.
So the
Penny
Knicks had two chances with no Jordan and still couldn't get the job done.
Yeah, it's called Hakeem, bro. Who else could get it done? And the year with the 2 years with no Jordan, who else got it done but Hakeem?
I'm sorry, I didn't know Hakeem played for the Bulls. I'm sorry. I didn't remember Hakeem playing for the Chicago Bulls.
Hey, man.
Nobody said that.
I think he had a winning record against them. His whole career. It's all good.
Back to the Knicks. Like you said, big shout outs to Big O, who clearly didn't show up tonight. He said he misses Woj because Woj didn't drop this bomb that was dropped on us. And this definitely was the first big bomb post Woj. Our Knicks traded off somebody that we wanted gone. And Dante DiVincenzo was one thing.
Nah, man, not me.
I'm not gonna agree say that we wanted him gone.
No, stop, because let's act like we maybe not y'all, but a lot of Knicks fans wanted him gone.
Yes.
At one point in time, a lot of Knicks fans wanted what's name gone. And now he's gone.
Fanatics. Dumb move. But whatever. Cat's a talented dude. I get it. I think that trade should have been made straight up. I would not have given him DiVincenzo with Julius for what? What? Julius gets you 25 and 10, and Julius is tough. He's a fucking bully. Cat is soft. We know Cat's soft. You know what I mean? But I get they trying to change the type of basketball they're playing, but I would like to see them run it back because that streak the Knicks ran on with Julius and OG when they were healthy was ridiculous. It was fucking ridiculous.
I told y'all. The Knicks did not want Randle playing in that contract year because he was going to mess up their continuity. Because Randle was playing for a contract. So you talking about that 25 and 10. I've told y'all. My man was going to try to guarantee himself getting that 25 and 10. He was going to clash with Brunson. I knew this was going to happen. I knew the Knicks wasn't going to keep Randle. I didn't think that Julius Randle was going to work with Brunson becoming a star and Randle playing for a new contract. And the Knicks think how I think. We got to get rid of Randle now because they didn't believe it either.
There's partially true what you're saying. I think it had a lot to do with the money he was going to command if he hit those numbers. I get it. And they didn't have the money to go around. What Curtis just put in the comments is also what's being talked about, that Dante didn't want to go back to the bench in the reduced role. So I think it's a combination of stuff. They said, okay, we need to move these people right now or somebody right now before we have a bigger problem. Because if Julius hit those numbers again, he's not Brunson. He wasn't taking no pay cut.
Well, and to think about Dante not wanting to nice 87-yard
allegedly
touchdown by Derrick Henry. I needed that. Yeah. But to see DiVincenzo didn't want to accept a reduced role. I mean, when you put together what we would call in the Nova Knicks, would you want to reduce your role or do you want to run with your college teammates?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I think TJ, like I would want to run with my teammates, my former teammates, but I get it. Because this is still business at the end of the day. Yep. Like Tyrone said about Julius Randle and stuff, TJ. Like, I get it because it's business.
Yes. We would have been unable to afford Randle at the end of the season if he played out of his mind, right? One. And we couldn't let him walk for nothing. We would have had to make this trade probably by the trade deadline. You know what I'm saying? Because he would have just been killing. And we probably could have commanded more from the Timberwolves. We could have probably did that trade straight up. We could have probably been able to did that trade straight up. But I understand what DiVincenzo's saying, but injuries happen, dog. Like you're not going to be on the bench forever. You're going to get your minutes. In the beginning of the season, it's going to be a minutes crunch. Yes, you're not going to get your 25 to 35 minutes a night. It's just not happening for you. And you're on a team-friendly contract. We understand that, but you signed that contract, dog. Like you agreed to it. So you gotta just take it for what it is. So I get it. I really didn't like us giving up DiVincenzo because it makes our bench a lot weaker than what it was just 3 days ago. But they're putting a lot of stock in Deuce, Miles McBride. Rightfully so. The dude balled out in the playoffs. He showed he can handle pressure. He's just not a creator. He's a solid 2 in a short man's body. He's only 6'2", but he's a bulldog on defense. You got to respect that. You have to respect that.
You think this trade works for the Knicks? Because for me, Cat is a downgrade. Cat's soft, dude. He's not going to give you what Randle was going to give you. So now they have to change their game.
Statistically, Cat is a better player than Julius Randle. All right? And Cat will at least try to play defense. And Cat is not going to spin into a triple team or a double team every time he gets the ball in the paint. One of the most frustrating things about Julius Randle was he was a bull in the china shop, and he would put blinders on and forget where he was at on the court. And he would make these dumb ass turnovers. It was frustrating. It was very frustrating to see. He's ignoring 4 other people on the court that he could have easily kicked it out to. His court awareness is not there.
I like it because, one, we're getting a true center back, but we're getting a center who can score. Defense is what does he want to give up each and every night. That's the way I've kind of witnessed Cat's career.
Look. Cat is probably playing with the best defensive team he's ever played with in his entire life. He's got two of the best wings that are going to be in front of him. His job should be very easy at this point. His job should be very easy at this point.
And the way Jalen Brunson plays with the ball, thinking of a big like him who is an offensive threat, installing a dope pick and roll is going to be crazy because
it's deadly.
What's the name? He's a drive to the basket kind of guy. So we'll have a true center along with Bridges and whoever the other bigs are that are going to be on the court with him at the same time that can clean up at the boards easy.
Randall can't shoot as good as Towns from the outside. That's proven.
This led me to believe that the Knicks never planned on Randall because Randall plays such a different style than Towns. So the Knicks, if they was going to make this trade, they would have had to change the way that they planned on playing for the future. If they planned on Randall being there, they would have to play and scheme and make schemes and play for Randall being there. So for them to make a trade with somebody like that tells me they hadn't planned for Randall staying in the first place. Like this was a planned thing that they were going to get.
It kind of worked itself out with his contract being up and him being in the last year of his contract. He probably wasn't going to. He definitely wasn't going to take the extension for another year. He wanted to get his money because he already sacrificed his money to sign that second contract. So plus, he wasn't doing it again.
From the Heights?
No, he's from Jersey.
From the Heights or he's just Dominican?
He's from Jersey.
He's just Dominican, but he's from Jersey. And he's always wanted the Knicks were his team. I think the culture and the atmosphere, we all know Cat is soft, but I think being in this culture, in this environment, will bring out the dog in him. He's not the same dude that Thibodeau coached when he was young, early on in his career.
I don't think 181st Street, right, TJ? I don't think 181st Street is going to allow him to be soft. I don't think they're gonna allow him to be soft.
No. I think he's gonna come in with a different attitude. A different mindset. He's not losing anything because he went to damn near the conference final. He went to the finals, right? No, he went to the conference finals and he lost against Dallas. So he's already been halfway to the mountaintop already. I think this is just a lateral move for him, but he's got better pieces than he had in Minnesota. He's got way more shooting.
One player.
Right. He's got way more shooting.
Unreal, but
right. You got Mikal Bridges and OG Anunoby. OG Anunoby shot something ridiculous number from corner threes. This dude is damn near automatic from the corner in three-point land. Cat's got a mid-range game. He can shoot from deep, and he can take you in the post. He's a tri-level offensive player. Yeah. He's the best center that we had. Right. He's the best center we had since Patrick Ewing. Period.
And I don't even know if he's going to stay at center. When Mitch comes back, they may put him at the 4, depending on who they're playing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So
I believe
the problem is, Cat gets eaten alive by fucking Embiid, man. So that's he's gonna have to. But again, it's a squad around him. It's a squad around him. It's a squad around him.
Here's where Anunoby comes in. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to put that burden on him if Anunoby's guarding him for 5-10 minutes. They can switch off with that shit.
Very true.
You know what I'm
saying? The other thing is this. Listen,
and the Knicks got bodies to throw at Embiid.
Yeah. I think we lost depth by giving away DiVincenzo. So, they're counting on other players really stepping up. But I don't think Leon Rose is done dealing. And you know what? We have to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's been rocking it so far. And he's been on the money. I think this decision with Julius and Cat was okay. It was a financial decision, and how much bang can they get for their buck right now to in terms of having to make this deal? And they probably got forced into the corner. But you know what? Again, we just all want to see improvement. We knew we had a shot, and this squad is still probably already better than last year's squad. So let's see what's good.
Listen, the Knicks management continues to surprise us every year. We didn't expect to get Josh Hart. We got Josh Hart. We didn't expect to get Mikal Bridges at all. That came from out of nowhere. Nowhere. I'm ready to start the season with the Nova Knicks and playing small ball 5, right? Here comes Cat. Like, the Knicks management is on fire. Leon Rose needs to be executive of the year right now. They got to get some accolades for this shit. This is insane what they've done in the last 3 years and changed the dynamic of this team. It's unheard of. I haven't seen this. You say, I mean, Masai Ujiri's up there as one of the top executives that did shit for Toronto. He always hit the right buttons. These guys are consistently hitting the right buttons, man.
Front office to one of the best, if not the top or second front office.
Top 3 front offices in the league, hands down.
All I'm saying about the Knicks right now is that I'm happy. The season starts in a couple weeks. Everything starts in a couple weeks. And though, yes, I do see the depth loss with DiVincenzo gone. But I still see, like, what Kendrick Perkins said. Like, we can still win, like, be the top team with the best record in the league. Like, currently constructed. Like, I can still see that. Am I calling that? I'm seeing maybe a second or third in the playoffs, to be totally fair and honest. Would I like to see us number 1? Of course, but I can see us as a second and third. Yeah. And I like this. I like this. Like you said, TJ, a real center since Patrick Ewing. We've had some decent ones that came and went here and there that just, they just was a body in some cases, but this is different. This one's different.
Dan, who are you going to guard? Cat forces you to come outside and guard him mid-range and 3-point, which opens up the entire paint.
And you saying that though is one of the number one things that I'm stressing now. It's a good threat, but we don't need that. Though I wanted an Embiid on our team, we don't need a center that's pulling up from 3. It's a great threat to have, but to me, it's not a necessary one.
All I gotta say about the Knicks is Celtics in 6, because that's what it's gonna be. Celtics in 6. That's how I feel. Knicks can get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and the Celtics will beat them in 6 games.
Don't matter. That's still an improvement. That's all we wanted.
Yep, because y'all just stand on mediocrity.
Steady improvement. I know. I think the
mediocrity is making the Eastern Conference Finals. Mediocrity is.
If you ain't first, you're last.
You know what mediocrity is? You know what a mediocrity is? The Lakers making a play-in, and y'all motherfuckers is happy as shit. We made the play-in. LeBron did it again. Oh my God. Yo, we're gonna make a run.
They wanted to put up they were going to put up a banner for that mid-season tournament thing. I told them to put that banner on a fucking fire.
Crazy.
When you have an organization like the Lakers, you don't settle for less. It's finals or bust every year. If the Lakers don't win the championship, I don't care what they do. It's fail. It's a failure.
Y'all been settling for less for a minute now.
It's because of LeBron. It's because of LeBron. Go where? It's because of LeBron.
We'll take the GOAT.
No, I do not want that man. I do not want that man near Menace. This is where we're
take LeBron at any time, any age. Pause.
He's coming off the bench. He's coming off the bench.
No matter. He can play any position on this squad right now.
But TJ, the last thing you said, ESPN lost some bodies.
Yeah, man. Woj retired, and they let go of was it Zach?
Wait, Woj retired?
Rose retired, bro.
Woj retired and became the GM of St. Bonaventure.
Bonaventure.
I was about to say, y'all think it's because of Diddy he retired?
You try to say he ran into hiding because of a Diddy.
Hey, now who's breaking the story?
That was the bomb. That was the bomb right there.
That's the
Woj and-
that's right, Tyrone. That's the one story he didn't break.
Yeah,
Bro,
right.
at Diddy party,
bro. What would Diddy's face look like if he saw Woj walk into the court and go to the fucking stand, bro? He'd be like, "What?" Woj bomb and Diddy trial. That'd be insane, dog.
he said he was at the Diddy party as the baby oil spreader.
Yeah, and then ESPN had to let go of their other NBA guy because he was making too much money. I didn't realize these guys were getting 7 figures for being NBA insiders. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Zach Lowe, it is whatever.
I mean,
Zach Lowe. Yeah, actually, no. Zach Lowe. Yeah, he was a pretty deep insider too. But
and now they're trying to poach Shams. I think because Shams is on the last year of his contract, he's going to command the pretty penny. Shams is a man right now. Shams could do whatever he wants after this. He's pretty much cornered the market. I don't know who else is going to emerge as an NBA insider. They're trying to get people from baseball, people from football to take this place, but it's not the same game. It's not the same game.
All they gotta do is they're gonna just put more load on Stephen A's back. Pause.
It's definitely gonna be Shams.
He text messages everybody.
It's definitely gonna be Shams. It's definitely gonna be.
Can they afford Shams? They just let the guy go who they can't afford. How are they gonna let him go and then not pay Shams? And like, I don't understand that. That doesn't make sense logically to me.
Disney can't afford. Disney can afford, bro. They can't afford.
Well, they let him go because they said they let Zach Lowe go because they said of his 7-figure salary. Brian Windhorst be acting like he know too. Facts.
That's what they tell us. But when you telling me, it's no such. It don't make sense to me when Disney says they can't afford shit. Because Disney's buying everything. Okay, they can afford it. So what they telling us is he's making too much money for what he's doing. That's basically telling me he ain't good enough. And if Shams is good enough, Shams will get paid. You see what I'm saying?
But
if they saying that we can't afford him, they're not saying we don't have the money for him. They saying the money he asking for is not worth what he's doing. That's what
is Disney's budget for ESPN? There's the other question. But I see what you're saying, Tyrone. But yeah, he said Brian Windhorst be acting like he knows too. I mean, Brian Windhorst does be acting like he knows, but yo, you want to talk about a glow up? Like this dude made it big time just by following LeBron James' career.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, he made his money.
As soon as he went to Miami. As soon as he went to Miami.
No, as soon as he came out of high school.
He's been following him since then.
He became the NBA guy. Well, more the LeBron James story guy because I believe he wrote a book about him from back in the day. But also, he was following that. LeBron from high school to now got Woj into where he's at right now. Not Woj. Brian Windhorst. Where he's at right now. Nigga said let Jonathan Majors call play-by-play. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's gonna be this NBA season, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be very interesting and fun to watch. Will the Sixers stay healthy enough to be relevant, by the time the playoffs get here with their two biggest stars are some of the biggest injury-prone players in the league. Man. Boston had the worst championship season you could ever have. The owner wants to sell the team because they're not making enough money. Jason Tatum didn't get no burn in the Olympics. Jaylen Brown didn't get picked to the Olympic squad over Derek White. You know what I'm saying? It's just, what is Giannis and Dame going to do coming out of Milwaukee healthy? Can they stay healthy? I mean, health is going to be most important for all these teams. Can Phoenix get their shit together with that triumvirate? You know what I'm saying? Can Kyrie and Luka run it back? Can Jokic come out of the West again? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions. Man.
OKC looks
scary. They're ready. OKC. Their bench could be a starting 5.
It's crazy. Golden State is done. Like that's the end of an era right there. And the other thing is too, I'm done with the Sixers. Embiid's going to get that foot thing that all those big guys, what is it, plantar fasciitis or whatever? The big guy foot thing. All the big guys get with their fucked up feet.
Plantar fasciitis, yeah.
Yeah, Embiid's about to have that. I promise you. I guarantee you, Embiid's going to
gave him the bag too, man.
He's going to have that plantar fasciitis stuff. That's what they're going to start saying. They're going to start saying it because my man's going to be down again. He's going to be street clothes Embiid, just like my man over there, Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is going to be in street clothes more than he's going to be in his uniform. We all know it. And that's just it.
Yeah, but this past season, Anthony Davis actually spent more time in uniform this year.
Yeah, he did good 1 year, but I don't trust that. I don't trust that he's doing the proper training or whatever. I trust that we got lucky and it didn't amount to nothing anyway. I want to see if we got a new coach. So we'll see what happens.
What I do trust in Leon Rose and Worldwide West, we trust. And that's that. Jamal, you know what to do.
Yo, fam. I appreciate y'all. It was good to chop up on a Sunday night. Good show, man. Glad to be back after a couple of weeks off. Peace to O. Peace to Lisper, Mayor, TJ. Peace to Disabled Planets. Peace to Ill Magic. It was the other one, man.
Peace to Ishtar.
That's right. Lisper.
I just want to reiterate, you know what I'm saying, one last time to show y'all who's leading the division right now. You know what I'm saying? And just for what you said earlier, you know, Jamal, I'm just going to say this. It's still heritage, brother, and it's still heritage. You know what I'm saying? And it's still there. It's on the belt in the background, but it's still part of the heritage. And yeah, and I'm kind of pissed off that they got to do it with a black man, but.
Wow.
No, I'm just saying.
That's terrible. Terrible.
Wow.
Yeah. Hey, and then you know what's terrible is that I'm going to bed tonight and I'm not getting up in the morning because I'm still on night shift. That's what the fuck is terrible. But go ahead, TJ.
It's a good time to be in New York. Yankees clinched the #1 seed for the playoffs, so they got to bye. Hopefully, this is the year they can get to the World Series. I don't know if they can win it all, but this has been a phenomenal year for them. We got the Knicks starting in about 3 weeks. Everybody's looking at chops for the season to start because this is going to be crazy. I'm happy. I'm excited. I go on vacation on Wednesday. I'm looking. Everything's just up. Everything's up right now. Super happy about it. Looking forward to having these conversations throughout the season and the year. Hopefully, Lisper's Commanders are not a flash in the pan and they're not 4-12 by the time we have this conversation again. You know, yeah, it's another great show, another good time. I love chopping it up with y'all. Oh, missed out because I know he was going to talk some shit about the Knicks and Shams and everybody, but I think he's on cloud 9 right now. So shout out to you, O, wherever your out-of-body experience is at right now.
Oh, yeah, we know. As he said, he was tumbling them dice earlier. Now he's in fucking Super Mario World somewhere.
He's in the astral plane. Your man's in the astral plane.
But I just don't know if he's in Super Mario 1, Super Mario 3, or in the remake of Doki Doki Panic and Super Mario 2. I don't know which one he's in right now. But he's somewhere. Hopefully he sprinkled some hooks rub on it when he took it down. Remember, he used the code 20% off his order using the code starting 5. But yeah, man, this was good.
Hey, one last thing. Great. I think she didn't want to leave the room today. I think Maya is over here. I think she want to get on the show. You want to get on the show, Maya? But she said, yeah, so next week, Maya said she want to get on the show. She want to shut up.
You want to talk about Yeah, because she wanted to talk about how ass the Lakers are going to be. That's what she wants to talk about.
You say next week. I don't know if you know, children's ears are going to be ready for a Vince McMahon conversation.
Oh no, you can't.
Yeah, exactly. The same man who wanted to pitch a story in his own company about impregnating his own daughter.
Yeah, that was wild, right?
That was wild. That was wild. That was wild.
Stephanie said, "I had to say no. I had to say no to
that." Which is like she said, I didn't really say much. I was really gun ho about kind of everything when it came to the business, like except for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, TJ. It's for you. You're gonna be like, wow, all of this shit.
Yeah.
So be ready for next week.
Yeah.
We out. Peace.
All right.